Mm.
A very good afternoon to Madam Maisara and fellow friends. Today, me and my friends would like to do a quick presentation about first aid related accidents as an emergency planning. For further information, first aid is also a part of Factory and Machinery Act 1967 and also OSHA Act 514, which is Occupational Safety and Health Act 514. I will pass to my friend to begin the presentation.
Good afternoon to Madam Maisara. Then I would like to explain about definition of first aid. First aid, the assessment and intervention that can be performed by the first aider during an emergency with minimal equipment until appropriate medical personnel. My first point will be first aid is the first and immediate assistance given to my person suffering from either a minor or serious illness or injury with care provided preserve life, prevent and condition from worsening or to promote recovery. My second point, first aid is it also entails assistance or treatment given to a casualty for any injury or sudden illness before an arrival of an ambulance, doctor or other qualified personnel. My last point will be first aid is not only for serious injuries, it also important for minor injuries such as burns and sprains and cuts. Okay. Moreover, aims of first aid uh, preserve life, and second, promote recovery, then third, care of unconscious, fourth, reduce pain, and fifth, prevent illness, and sixth, prevent injury from becoming worse. Preserve life, promote recovery, promoting the recovery usually meaning using the first aid kit to recovery. That's it. Illegal provision of first aid. An employee has a duty to provide information, instruction, training, and supervision about first aid facility and services for employees. The Factory and Machinery Act 1967, Section 25, Parent Act, and Regulation 38, Safety, Health, and Welfare state the scope of responsibility of an occupier with regards to first aid provision. Provide the main readily accessible first aid box, assign responsibility who must be provisioned in the first aid training with 20 employee, providing and maintaining a first aid room in factory where more than 150% are employed. I would like to the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, Section 15 of OSHA 1994 Act 514 provides that every employer and the self-employed person must ensure, so far as practical, the safety, health, and welfare at work of all their employees. The provision of first aid facility and first aiders is in compliance with the welfare component of this general duty of employees and self-employed person. I would like to pass my present to another friend.
Okay. Good morning, madam. I'm going to present about scenario 1. On the hike at extreme elevation, an adult leader start experience headache, shortness of breathing, and dizziness. He then fall to the ground and throw up. How to handle the situation? Next slide. Okay, the sign and symptom. Hikers who aspire to reach the tallest peak, or even for those hiking relatively moderate elevation, they are unexhumated to altitude sickness is a real concern, caused by a lack of oxygen at higher altitudes. Altitude sickness can bring on headache, trouble sleeping, and other mild to serve symptoms. Next one, the symptoms of altitude sickness generally appear within hours of hiking to higher altitude. It's depending on the severity of the condition. Rapid heartbeat, dizziness, headache, swallowing of the hand, feet, and face, insomnia, throw up, muscle ache, shortness of breathing. Next slide. Okay, the prevention. The prevention is avoid extension at higher elevation, get enough rest before hiking, avoid alcohol and caffeine drinks, eat less but high calorie foods, avoid smoking, avoid vigorously exercise. Okay, first aid management. Assess the condition of a victim, help victim to a lower elevation, give small sip of water, call for medical help, communicate constantly with the victim. And next, I will pass to my friend Sharvin.
Good morning. Today I'm going to present about scenario 2. On a walk through your neighborhood with friends, you find a man lying on the ground under a ladder. He is obvious pain and his arm broken with a piece of bone protruding from the skin. How to handle the situation? Next slide. First of all, the sign and symptom is the leading of cause of ladder related injuries in the approximately 40% of cases is a ladder sliding out at the base due an incorrect ladder setup angle. Activities such as overreaching, carrying objects, applying excessive force, slips, and missteps are also frequent causes of ladder related fall injuries. The first thing is a severe pain which might increase with movement. Second is swelling. Third is bruising. Fourth is a deformity such as a bent arm or wrist. And the last is inability to turn your arm for palm up or palm down or vice versa. Next slide. And the prevention is the position of the ladder carefully. And the second one is maintaining 3 points of contact with the ladder at all time and never standing on either of the top two or step ladder, never stepping on any top four rugs on extension ladder, having a partner hold and steady a ladder as you use the ladder to climb up or down. Next slide. Next slide, I will pass to my friends with.
So I'll be continuing about first aid management. First of all, we should have a friend to call 911 and stay on the call till the emergency teams arrive. And also make sure the ladder is away from the victim so it's safe to approach. And also we should seek for professional help. And we also have to stop any excessive bleeding if necessary. We have to immobilize the injured area and also apply cold to the area. So if the victim is not unconscious or breathing, so we should perform CPR if he doesn't appear to be breathing. So the next slide will be on conclusion. So the conclusion is basically accidents will always happen. Therefore, it is essential that wherever your location or working environment is, so we should understand the importance of first aid supplies in order to ensure the maximum safety of everyone involved. So first aid does not just help people with recovery, but it also helps us to save. So above statement and the presentation has given us the knowledge that every single person should be knowledge with the first aid treatment and the procedures. So by this way, we will be able to impart the knowledge to illiterate people about the steps to be taken on the critical situation. So first aid is mostly important in everyone's life. So with this, we end our presentation and thank you so much, madam.